Hello everyone, so today I'll be reviewing the white paper of BitNation Governance 2.0. So the term BitNation consists of two words, bit and nation. It is an analog to the virtual nation of Bitcoin with the same technology applied blockchain. BitNation or Crypto Nation is a voluntary nation established using Ethereum smart contracts technology. It was founded in 2014. As of 2016, it has about 10,000 citizens. So let's just have a small background check. The founder of BitNation witnessed what she considered unethical and non-sustainable governance during the Arab Spring. The incorporation between blockchain technology and its proof-of-work core product Bitcoin inspired her to extend its product into education and national security, which gradually evolved into the backbone concept of the modern startup company BitNation. In 2014, BitNation was founded by Susan Tarkowski. Its citizens are distributed by the decentralized blockchain technology. BitNation seeks to provide open source governance, which include DIY smart contracts mainly of the governance, security, and law. The subsidiary services include constitution, secure ID or reputation system, dispute resolution, security, insurance, marriages, notary services, and birth certificates. There are n number of notable members included in this BitNation governance project. Moving on further, in April 2017, BitNation's BRER, Refugee Emergency Response Program, was one of those awarded by the Grand Prix 2017, an annual NetOPEC Forum Prize organization by UNESCO. Let's have a look at the BitNation's white paper. So the BitNation's white paper is a bit hard to understand, so I'll be simplifying it for each one of us. So starting with the white paper, there's something known as the Pangea jurisdiction and the Pangea arbitration token or PAT. It is called as the Internet of Sovereignty. So page 2, the Internet of Sovereignty, there's an abstract about it, just go through it. It will give you a small definition how the PAT token is based on. It's an in-app token for Pangea jurisdiction. Pangea software is a decentralized opt-in jurisdiction where citizens can conduct peer-to-peer arbitration and create nations. So these are some important points. Then there's something known as the content. The content consists of the introduction, the guide to the white paper, the Pangea technology, the Pangea arbitration token, organization and token distribution, and the resources. So let's just start with the introduction. So the following is a photograph of the evolution of governance. You can just go through it. It tells us about how it all works. BitNation's vision is a global free market for governance services. A post-nation state world of voluntary nations, city-states, and autonomous communities which compete for citizens by providing a range of opt-in governance services. In our world, sovereignty shifts decisively from the state to the citizen, and humanity reclaims freedom of choice when accessing governance services. So there are multiple points. So the BitNation's blockchain public notary is being used for a wide range of purposes. As I've already said, marriages, birth certificates, company registration, there are multiple advantages of the BitNation blockchain public notary. There's something known as BitNation Refugee Emergency Response. So the BREI is actually been in work and it has been awarded with a prize by the UNESCO recently in the 2017 April. So the BREI software won the Grand Prix. It provides a blockchain ID for stateless people. It can help partnership with third-party governance service providers such as Expo Sphere education programs. Space chains, open source space hardware and software. BitNations organized the world's first blockchain marriage and world citizenship ID, blockchains, land title, birth certificate, etc. This happened in the year 2014 and 15. There are multiple points about it. So the Pangea, which is the jurisdiction of the BitNation, following are the use cases of it. You can create your own nation. The DBVN is derived from the terms Decentralized Autonomous Organization, coined by Larimer and Buterin in 2013. The DBVN term first appeared in the original BItnation Whitepaper 2014. A DBVM is defined as decentralized, borderless, voluntary nation. So what it does, it helps create peer-to-peer contracts. Imagine being able to make complex legal agreements at ease from your smartphone for user-friendly chat interface similar to WeChat, Signal, WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger, but without the time, cost and bureaucracy of public notaries, lawyers and regulators. Examples of the agreements and dispute resolution. So business agreements, private agreements and essential records, market for freelance arbitrators, smart contracts, laws and etc. are some amazing examples of using Pangea for pair-to-pair contracts and arbitration. So this is the guide to the white paper. You can just go through it. It just gives you small information of the Pangea technology, Pangea arbitration token, Pangea systems, the organization and token distribution, the resources from where all the data has been downloaded. So moving further, governance, geographical apartheid. So it has different kinds of evolution of social organizations, and though it is a bit too technical, you can just go through it. So the following is a graph for the collapse and trust in government. So let's see. Technological advancements over the past 70 years have now translated into governance evolution towards a network society. The nation state, fully established after the World War II, remains uncontested. Yet state monopolies are increasing incompatible and with our ever more interconnected lives. The US, for example, public trust in governance has dramatically collapsed since the millennium, a trend which has global resonance. Increasing the nation state oblique. So this is too technical to understand, but I would suggest you to just go through it. It will just give you an overview of how technology has advanced with the governance backing behind. The 2.0 or the governance point, which is borderless, decentralized and voluntary. So let's talk about Pangea, the Internet of Sovereignty. After 400 years of increasingly centralized governance, the Web 3.0 technology revolution is making open governance a real possibility. BitNation is not only the world's first DBVN, it is also the organization building the Pangea software infrastructure for voluntary nations. Pangea's decentralized jurisdiction addresses all four elements of the administration of justice. Codes of law. On Pangea, users can write smart contracts in chat that refer to an existing code of law. Example, common law, Sharia law, or civil code, or upload their own laws or a template smart contract containing VSOC rules to govern agreements. Mediation and arbitration. Pangea manages the dispute resolution process for agreements made on the platform. Incentivization, deterrent, and enforcement. Multi-signature escrow functions can hold mutual assets related to contract agreements until an agreement is successfully completed. Defined area of responsibility. The Pangea's jurisdiction application allows DVVMs and pair-to-pair agreements to be created with clearly defined limits to which the organization and individuals their rules apply. Moving further, this is the BitNation's history from 2014 to 2017. BitNation was founded on July 14th of 2014. In the quarter 3 of 2015, the Refugee Emergency Response, which is based on blockchain ideal citizens and embassy functionality. In the quarter 4 of 2015, Public Notary MPVM, which is created in cooperation with Estonia's e-residency program. In quarter 1st or quarter 4th of 2016, DBVN and Pangea 0.02 was launched. It was launched on Ethereum DBVN's Resonance Center and Pangea version 0.02 on SSB. Quarter 1 and Quarter 2 of 2017, IPFS, PAT and NetExplo were launched. The UNESCO's NetExplo Award was given to BitNation. In Quarter 3rd and Quarter 4th of 2017, Pangea 0.03, Frontend, LucyBot, Oracle and TSC. The BitNation is working right now on the following project. Pangea's technology. Pangea is a decentralized jurisdiction for the peer-to-peer creation of voluntary nations and making an arbitration solemn agreement. Evolution of Pangea. Pangea 0.1 on Horizon. The very first iteration of Pangea was built on the Horizon blockchain in 2015. Horizon is a fork of Next that allows for greater on-chain storage after building and releasing the first version. Market analysis suggests that in the future, peer-to-peer contracts are more likely to achieve mass adoption through the chat application. BitNation also understood that blockchain-based communication protocol would be too slow and expensive to use to be practical. Pangea 0.2 on Secure Scuttbuds or SSB. Pangea 0.2 was built in 2016 using code from the open source mesh network communication protocol SSB. The ingenious SSB design allows the user to carry around their own data rather than trusting it to centralized servers, as it does currently in the case of WhatsApp, Signal, and Facebook Messenger, for example. SSB 4 provides remarkable resilience and allows users to operate without access to free and internet connection to the mesh network. Yet, while 0.2 enabled BitNation to demonstrate chat-based concept, it was clear that they needed greater storage functionality to build Pangea. Pangea 0.3 on Panthalassa. The third iteration of Pangea has been developed in 2017 on BitNation's own mesh network. While 0.3 borrows from the philosophy SSB's POSIX protocol, it is much easier to use. No longer manipulation capacity as it is implemented on the interplanetary file system. Under the hood. Pangea's system architecture. Pangea's system architecture's picture has been shown as follows. So it is connected to Ethereum, the LucyBot, the Pangea, which is based on Oracle, the IPFS, which is the data storage, the Pangea front end, the Panthalassa backend, and the Ethereum blockchain from a triangular formation. The dotted arrows show that there is blockchain transaction, and the straight lines show that there is off-chain computation and patentation token distribution. Panthalassa mesh network. And there's something on this Panthalassa POSIX protocol.